Outer Banks this week presents The Other Side of Fishing with Captain Marty Brill, a time when the captain shares his deepest thoughts, gives fishing advice, and entertains guests. So here he is, Captain Marty.
All right, here, The Other Side of Fishing with Captain Marty. And Marty, it is the month of May. We're actually getting ready to go into the month of June.
I know, where'd it go?
Can you believe it? Holy smokes. And I mean, it's going by quick. Mm-hmm. Good Lord, I feel like yesterday was Christmas. But Captain Marty, Other Side of Fishing show, all brought to you by Red Drum Tackle. Red Drum Tackle, the closest tackle shop to the point, and that being Cape Point in Buxton, correct? Is that right, Captain?
Hatteras Island.
On Hatteras Island.
The epicenter of the world's greatest drum fishing.
Yes.
And really greatest surf fishing.
Yeah, they full of knowledge. I mean, my gosh, we went down there and did a show last month or whatnot. Mm-hmm. And I mean, gosh, we sat down there with Kara and Bobby and just had a great time talking to them and just going through all the different. We
went to lunch.
Oh, yes. Can't forget about lunch. Where did we go to lunch, Captain?
We went to Pop's right there in Buxton.
Yeah.
Just down from the school a little ways and had a triggerfish sandwich. And if you haven't had that, don't know what that's the best eating fish in the ocean.
Son.
Man, it was good, wasn't it?
It was very good.
Yeah.
You got me thinking about one, Cap. Here we are recording. I've had a handful of peanuts to eat all day.
Pops was the name. It's a little restaurant, little roadside tavern.
Yeah.
Right there on Highway 12.
No big flashy signs or nothing like that.
Go try it. Triggerfish eat nothing but shrimp and crabs. So they have a shellfish taste to them. Really good.
Oh, yes. That was a fantastic. I mean, they got other things there as well. But, yeah, Pop's right there. If you're heading south, it's going to be on your left. Just past, barely like less than a quarter mile past Cape Hatteras Secondary School. Mm-hmm. So that's a fantastic place as well. So we'll tie them in with the presenting today with Red Drum Tackle. Mm-hmm. Of course, there's lots of different ways we power this Captain Marty vessel, one of them being Juan Cheese Marina and the Landing Grill, which we're going to call Brenda down there in a little bit. They're doing Dare Day Dockside this year, Cap.
Yep.
And we're going to get her to give us a rundown about what's going to be taking place down there.
Yeah, and it's important. Because there was Dare Days in Manio for a long time. They decided not to do it.
Yep.
And I'm just really glad that they picked it up.
Yep.
And if Brenda has anything to do with it, and Juan Cheese Brenda, they're the people that introduced ice skating in Juan Cheese.
Yes. So, and there's also Harbor Ween that they do every year.
Harbor Ween,
and Harbor Ween exploded. Nobody expected that to be as big as it has. And it has turned into, a monster,
right?
For lack of better terms, Halloween monster. Ha 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 ha. Okay, it was a bad joke. It was a bad joke. So we're gonna talk to her in a little bit. Marty, here's kind of what I have in mind for you today, because we do have another phone call we're gonna make. I'll talk about that in a second, but something that gets brought up, and I know you've talked about it. I think you kind of touched on it briefly in one of your most recent fishing reports. Talked about booking a charter.
Right.
This is the time of the year when people are really starting to look at those things.
Right. And it's done a lot different now than it used to be done. I wanted to touch on that a little bit.
Yes.
Give you some recommendations, because the bottom line is you want to make sure you're dealing with a licensed, insured, professional captain and boat.
Yes.
Anyone can own a boat. A lot of them can have a captain's license, but that does not make them a captain.
There you
go. A piece of paper is not what makes you a captain.
Got it. Okay. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter what my paper says.
Yeah.
Okay.
You need to have it to be legal.
Yeah.
But reputation goes a long way, and doing some, what do they call it? Due diligence?
Due diligence, yes. Earning your stripes.
Right.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to talk, I want to talk about that specifically, but I also, this is a busy time of the year for you. You are all helter-skelter, okay? All over the place. You just got finished with the Hatteras Village Offshore Open, but that's not it for you. You've got more tournaments that you're going to be helping with and scoring and doing all this. You are in high demand. Did you know that? You're like a hot commodity right now, Cap. So I also want you to do me a favor, and we'll do that in a little bit. Talk about the different tournaments that are coming up, and also I would like to call a gentleman, a friend of mine that I met years back. He's actually put together a tournament. I can't remember how many years he's been doing. I want to say this is maybe 4, but it's a fishing tournament that's going to be happening June 29th, 30th, and 31st. The jump off point for it is at Frisco Woods Campground, but the fishing is going to be out of Hatteras Inlet. So I'm going to try to get him on the phone and see if he can. It's the Heroes Benefit offshore benefit for veterans to go fishing and stuff like that offshore as a fundraiser.
Offshore, and there's an inshore angle too for kids.
Yes.
A lot of stuff going on, which we'll talk more about that when we talk to him.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a call in a little bit as well. But Cap, if you don't mind, your fishing reports have been chocked full of good info. And I also want to take a moment to thank those that have been listening as you do on a regular basis. You got your listeners on that listen all the time, and you got new listeners coming all the time, Cap. And we just are very thankful for those that have been listening for all this time and getting all your reports and your stories. Talk a little bit about, how we lay this thing out, Captain, with your fishing reports and your stories.
Well, I mean, we after 25 years of doing it on FM radio, we modernized, and I came over here to One Boat Inc., and we now do it by podcast.
Yep.
But the fishing this year has been good, and we have three things on the podcast: fishing reports, fishing stories, and then this broadcast here is a once a month kind of a review of everything, all things fishing. Mm-hmm. And I would encourage everybody to look at all of it, because the stories are really, really my favorite part. And some of them are really good. And, and I'm not bragging on my own stuff. I'm in some of the stories.
Yeah.
But fishing has been good this year. And if you've been listening to the reports this week, variety is the key.
Mm-hmm.
So in the surf, the water temperatures are now mid to upper 60s. And we've already seen a good red drum bite, which is the North Carolina state fish, is the channel bass.
Right.
Or red drum. And then we've got the old standby sea mullet. That's also a lot of people know as a whiting or a southern kingfish.
Okay.
That's their official names. Really good to eat, really fun to catch. And crowd pleaser for kids, as I talked about in the report yesterday, you can take a double hook bottom rig and put little circle hooks on there. A circle hook, you don't jerk. You don't have to jerk. You're trying to teach a kid when to jerk, it's tough. Put the circle hooks on there, put a sand flea or whatever the tackle shops recommend. Don't try to cast at 100 yards. Just a little toss, or get on one of the piers where you'll not be required to have a fishing license.
Right. That sounds good.
And just have the kid hold the pole. And the sea mullet will get on there. They hook themselves. Great to eat. So the kid learns how to catch something. Then you go home and fry it up in the campground or wherever you're staying.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. Offshore, great mahi fishing. I hate to even hear myself calling that.
I was going to say, Marty, are you going to correct yourself?
Still old school, but they are not. They're dolphin.
They're dolphin
in
fish.
In the fish book, they're dolphin.
Yeah.
And not even dolphin fish, but they're called dolphin.
Just dolphin. But
they are not bottlenose dolphin. There's a mammal variety and a fish variety. And the fish is yellow and green, completely different species.
Doesn't even look the same.
No, not even close.
No.
But they're also, you might know them, and you'll see them on the restaurant billboards as mahi. And that's great fishing. And they're a big class of fish right now. It's an awesome time to get on a charter boat and go out there, because you got the mahi. The tuna bite has been hit and miss.
Okay.
A few blue marlins around, some tilefish, a lot of variety. And that's where we're at right now here at the end of May.
Okay. So that's and things are kind of looking pretty good looking into June, that type of thing. Okay.
Yeah, we still should have a better yellowfin tuna bite than we're having, but don't forget, we can't be too gluttonous, because remember, we had bluefin tuna from January 1st right on up to 1st of June.
Right.
Up to 700 and 800 pounds a piece.
Yes.
And as close to shore as the sea buoy.
That's insane.
So for us to say, well, I wish we had more yellowfin, that's getting a little bit.
Yeah.
We should be thankful for what we've already gotten. And the yellowfins will come back. You should never book a boat with a poundage of fish in mind, or you'll get sorely disappointed.
Yes, that's very good point. Very good point. Well, Cap, we're gonna take our first break. When we come back, we're gonna give let's call Miss Brenda down at the marina.
Okay.
Talk about Dare Day Dockside. See what's crack-lacking with her. and get some of that, get the details on that. So we're going to do that when we come back with Cap Marty's Other Side of Fishing.
At the south end of Roanoke Island, in a quiet little village, lies a marina known for having one of the finest fishing fleets on the Outer Banks. Whether it be an offshore excursion, a nearshore charter, or headboat fishing, Wanchese Marina is where to go. Wanchese Marina is a full-service marina, complete with a fueling dock, bait, tackle, ice, and the landing grill restaurant. All of this is just a few minutes from some of the finest fishing spots around. Book online at wanchesemarina.com. Wanchese Marina, 4457 Mill Landing Road, Wanchese.
Frisco Woods Campground, a family-owned gem for over 50 years, offers a perfect getaway on Hatteras Island. Whether you prefer tent camping, electric water sites, RV spots, or primitive camping cabins, there's something for everyone. Guests enjoy free hot showers, a refreshing pool, and breathtaking sunsets over the Pamlico Sound. Nestled in nature yet close to local attractions, Frisco Woods Campground provides a peaceful retreat with modern comforts, making it an ideal destination for outdoor enthusiasts and families alike. Book online at the Frisco Woods Campground.com. Frisco Woods Campground, 50 years of memory making on Hatteras Island.
All right, Cap, let's make that phone call we were just talking about. We're going to call Miss Brenda down at Wanchese Marina. Miss Brenda is doing this thing. So it's Dare Day Dockside. Okay, down there, 4457 Mill Landing Road, Wanchese. Have you ever been there before, Cap?
Oh, I have. My first ever charter that I went on as a mate was out of Wanchese Marina when I had come up from Hatteras that first year to fish the Oregon Inlet Billfish Tournament with somebody I bet you remember. There's a little Hatteras yacht. That's a brand, a Hatteras sport fishing boat. 36-foot Hatteras called the Olive E, and it might have been the Olive E 5, I can't remember, or 4. But really fast, had a pair of Johnson & Tower diesel motors in it, and a fellow by the name of Homer Austin ran that boat. Do you remember?
Mr. Commander,
Yeah, the
Homer
Commander.
Austin.
Little tiny guy.
Yes.
He was full of himself. And Nevin Westcott was on there too.
Oh,
and
Lord.
we got and caught my first white marlin as a mate on that boat.
Okay.
And famously, on the last day of the tournament, stubbed my foot in a dead wahoo's mouth that was laying on the dock. And I was barefoot. And I was carrying a cooler and ended up with about 30 stitches in my foot and driving back to Florida the next day.
Lord.
I could only use one foot. I had to use my left foot for everything instead of my right foot.
Ah, the memories.
So, yes, I've been there. And I've been there many times since.
Okay, well, let's see if we can get Miss Brenda on the phone. All right, there's Miss Brenda. We got her, Cap. We got her. Hey, Miss Brenda, how are you today?
Oh my gosh, I'm doing wonderful. A little bit crazed, but doing wonderful. How about you guys?
We're making it. We're making it. We're working through all the different things.
All you need to know, Justin, is that red is negative. No, red is positive. Black is negative.
Okay.
No, white is negative. Black is the ground. I don't know.
I
I tried to tell them that when they put my pacemaker in.
Okay.
And right before they put me under the anesthesia, I said, Doc, he thought I was going to say something really deep. I said, don't forget, red is positive, black is negative. That was the last thing I remember.
That's the last thing you remember.
They put that mask on me and said, okay, shut up.
Well, we got Miss Brenda here on the phone with us to talk about Dare Day Dockside. Talk to us a little bit about what is taking place down there on June 6th.
Oh my gosh, Justin, we've got so much going on down here June the 6th. Do you realize we're only 10 days away? I can tell you my anxiety and stress level realizes it, but yeah, we're 10 days away from all the fun happening down here at the marina. We are going to have vendors, tons of vendors around here. We are going to have food trucks. We've got some really cool food trucks coming. We've got Street Eats is going to be here. Stags is going to be here.
Okay.
We'll have the Feed House One Cheese Marina truck. We also have a dessert truck called Peachy King. And of course, we're going to have our own Low Country Boil out there. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
All right. Okay.
Tons of vendors. We also have some great music talent out here. We're gonna have Cowboy DJ out here all day, spinning all kinds of fun stuff for everybody. And then in between that, at noon, we have Moose and the Low Tide Jam Band coming.
Moose
And then
and the
at
Low
2,
Tide Jam Band.
Yeah, our old buddy Moose is coming out. We have Andy and Sherry playing at 2 p.m. And then we have Shelly Gates and the Gatekeeper. Oh my gosh, Shelly Gates and the Keepers coming at 3 p.m.
Oh.
So we got great music talent throughout the day. So that'll be a lot of fun. We also have our kids area. Oh my gosh, that is so amazing. We have a mechanical shark out there. We have a giant slides. We'll have a couple bounce houses. We have some rides, some carnival rides. We have a carousel out there. We're going to have yard games out there for the kids. There's going to be a whole big kids area out there. We're also going to have a fishing area for the kids.
Okay.
So that'll be a lot of fun. And then I think one of the funnest things, and of course we're having a mullet toss.
Mullet. Sea mullet.
A mullet toss. Yes.
Jumping mullet.
A mullet toss.
Jumping
yes.
mullet.
Jumping mullet. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I was told that we had to have a mullet toss at this event.
Right.
So I guess that was something back at the one when Juan Cheese did the seafood festival. I guess a mullet toss was very popular.
Yeah.
So I was told we needed to have a mullet toss. So we will.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this. You referenced the old Wanchi Seafood Festival, which is very near and dear to my heart, because I remember that as a kid, and man, did I always look forward to that. Are you going to have different things set up for showing the public on how the different fishermen do different things out in the water? Are you going to have some educational things like that?
Well, we're going to have, I've got some of our commercial guys are going to be setting up some of the stuff, some of the nets and the things like they do at the Seafood Festival, teaching people about, what commercial fishing is and what it means to our industry and what it means to the livelihood of our area. We're also going to, obviously, everything's going to be fresh local seafood here. And so that'll be, some interactive stuff with the kids, the general public. We have the North Carolina Watermen's Association will be out here talking to the people and, going over different things of, what fishing and commercial industry is like in our area and why it's such an important part of our culture.
Yeah. Okay. That's going to be really important for people to really pay attention to.
And then we'll also, I forgot, we're having the silent auction that'll benefit the charity A Pathway Forward. And that helps mental health issues, reintroducing service members that have a hard time getting back into civilian life, jobs and education and that type of stuff.
Oh, that's excellent.
Then, that's great. Now, our fun thing is we have a dunk tank for charity.
Oh, we do,
and
huh?
I have five, but 4 time slots of local celebrities that are going into the dunk tank for their own charity of their choice.
Okay. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that. So from 10 to 12, we have our very own Mr. Derek Hatchell.
Derek Hatchell is going to get in a dunk tank. Say it ain't so.
It is so. And he is dunking for Surfing for Autism.
Oh, hang 10, bro. Surfing for autism.
Yeah, autism. Then we have from 2 to 3, we have Mr. Zach Alexander, who is the head coach of Manual High Baseball.
Oh, I love me some Coach Alexander now. That's my dude.
Yeah, your dude's going to be here, and he's playing for the Manual High School Baseball Booster.
Okay.
So
Very cool.
For those baseball guys. Go Manio.
There you go.
And then from 3 to 5, we have Bill and Cindy from the Shark 102.5 going to be out here. And their charity is the Dare Challenge. Dare County Challenge. Dare Challenge.
Dare Challenge. Okay. All right. Now you missed it.
Of course, I had to save one last one. I know I'm out of the time slot and I didn't go in order, but he does need a special introduction on this show from 12 to 2. We have our very own Justin Bateman out there, and he's doing for Dare Education Foundation.
That is correct, Marty.
What's the time on that again?
From 12 to 2.
12 to 2. Now, guys, we're adding a unique twist to our dunk tank because these are all wonderful charities. These charities are all very dear to the donkey's heart. So what we are doing is you can get 3 balls for $5. But if you just want to really donate to that charity, for $20, you can walk up and hit the button and guarantee a dunk.
Oh, you're not going to do that to me, are you, Miss Brenda?
Oh, and then we all have side bets. Which one of you guys is going to raise the most money?
Oh, side
Yeah,
bets.
plus your booth, Justin, is going to be full of vinegar.
Oh, it
instead
is.
of water. Yeah.
So they're going to drain it before I get in there. They're going to put vinegar in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, they're going to pickle me.
Yeah.
Marty says they're going to pickle me.
Well, hey, at least they're pickling you with vinegar.
Yeah.
I had a couple different suggestions of people, but I would have to put various beverages inside the tank to do it. And I don't know how well that would work.
Yeah. That would definitely get interesting. But see, here's the thing, Captain and Miss Brenda, both of you. Like, I'm not too concerned. Like, I could probably put on a tuxedo and still come out dry. I'm not worried about it.
Well,
no concerns.
Plus, it's right next to the fish house where there's unlimited ice. I'd fill that thing up with ice.
Oh, now you just gave Miss Brenda some ideas.
Yeah, Brenda, I think if you dump a bucket of ice in there, you ought to get $10. But still,
okay. So now if they're gonna, so now we can up the ante.
Yeah,
so
up the ante.
Thanks, Marty.
If you want us to dump a 5-gallon bucket of ice in the tank, that's $30.
Yeah.
Thanks, Marty.
Yeah,
you're a friend. I love you.
I'm just helping the charity. Helping the charity.
So great, Marty. He's full of somewhat great ideas. This captain of ours.
But one thing I do need to mention. I mean, we've got all kinds of cool things going on here. It's going to be an amazing event out here. I can't believe this has come together. We are going to have people out there parking. We're going to have signs. We're going to have designated parking areas throughout Wanchese. We will have the trolley running up and down, picking and dropping off people. We're going to have, I've got quite a few of the 6-person golf carts that'll be out driving around, picking up people, bringing them here. But I mainly want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to all the people within our community who have pulled together to make this happen. We couldn't have done it without them.
I know, like, people would seem pretty enthused by it, and it seemed like there wasn't. If you heard any no's, they probably weren't many no's.
So, Brenda, give us the details again for people listening that aren't from here. Where, when, how much? What are the details we need to know?
Okay, so basically, the really cool thing, and thanks to everyone's generosity, pretty much everything on grounds, with the exception of food, beverage, and what you buy from the vendors, is free.
Okay.
So there's no admission. Come on out, have fun, bring your kids. The entire kids area is free to the kids.
Wow.
That was one thing we were able to do with all of the donations and the lovely people in our community. Like I said, other than vendors and what you eat or drink is free. You can come out, hang out. Even if you just want to come, kick back, have a drink, listen to some music. It's not going to cost you anything but your beverage.
Okay.
But it is on Saturday, June 6th from 10 to 5.
Right there.
And it is right here at the Wanchese Marina, right here in Wanchese. And like I said, we'll have people out there directing. There's going to be signs for parking and people helping everybody get to parking. One of the biggest parking areas will be the whole ministry center because we can put a whole bunch of cars back there. And the trolley is going to be running Wanchese continuously during that time.
You're probably going to have some people want to come by boat too, I'm sure. But they'll figure out where to park a boat. But yeah, that's one nice thing. You could go to this by boat. Yeah,
the problem with that, Marty, is don't really have a whole lot of boat spaces. With it being the summertime and with our boats and the charter boats and everybody in here, that's very limited. I do have maybe for some smaller boats, your little 18-footers, 19-footers, your little skiffs in the smaller basin over on the side. But that's the one downfall that we have that Manio didn't have a problem with is I don't really have a whole lot of dockage.
Yeah.
Well, you got Justin. Justin, you could be the official dock master.
Yeah.
After you come out of the ice water.
Look at that. You see that? Like, I love it. Not only does Marty come up with great ideas, but then he tasks me with other jobs. Man,
Marty, I just want to know what you assigned yourself to.
Well, I was going to do the ball thing, but last time I did that, I fell in, all the water went out. So they had to get somebody. They had to find someone.
Oh my gosh! No,
Well,
but
so-
And then they were
Marty,
trying to feed
I
me
know all
lettuce.
the kids would love it if you would stand there and make cotton candy for them.
oh Lord,
Yeah.
Captain Marty Candy, Captain Candy.
Yeah, I'm not
That's
sure.
Marty's cotton candy stand. I can see it now.
All
Banners
right,
everywhere.
I think we're coming up against a hard break now, Brenda. Now let me ask you this: people want to learn more about their day dockside at Wanchese Marina. Where can they find you? You can find it online.
We're pretty much on Facebook is where we're doing pretty much all the advertising. If you just go to the Wanchese Marina Facebook site,
Okay.
we're posting daily, and right now, every day, we're putting out, once we have everything firm, schedules and who's doing what and who's doing when, and that is going to be your best source for information. And you can also, if you don't have Facebook and you're not a Facebooker and your kids aren't on Facebook, you can always give me a call, and you can reach me at 252-564-5041. And I'd be happy to answer any information or help you with anything we can. And
Okay.
also, I am going to throw this out here, guys. If you want to get involved and be a part of anything, I will graciously accept any volunteers who would love to come out. Even if you could only give me a couple hours, it would be greatly appreciated.
Well, there you go. You can contact Miss Brenda, and she can get you all squared away. And I'm telling you,
And once she's bringing you, as you come down the highway to the Methodist church, you would fork to the left
yep.
and then just stay on that road. That's the road that Wanchese Marina is on. You just don't go to the far side of the harbor park.
Nope.
Don't follow the signs over there. You just stay on that one road, and you'll come. You will not be able to miss it, especially on that day.
Go past Wanchese Assembly of God, the Red Brick
Yeah, and
Church,
slow down.
and start slowing down.
Yeah.
4457 Mill Landing Road.
Well, that's where the event is, but make sure everybody follow our parking signs
Yes.
because there will be no parking at the marina. I do have a few spots over on the one side of an area that we will have handicap accessible, and you can park there, and we will have the golf carts that can bring you over to the main
Justin,
event. It's
you
only a
would make
couple
a
hundred
great.
yards.
You would make a great parking attendant.
You hear this? With friends like Marty who needs enemies.
Yeah, we can put you in one of them yellow vests and get you out there.
Hey, you know what? We can have we can get a trailer, put the dunk tank on it.
Oh yeah.
No,
Okay.
no.
And we can just holler out where for people to park, and they can just stand on the side of the road and throw balls to try to get them in.
I love it.
All right. Well, look, hey, Marty, we're again up against a hard break, as I've heard multiple times in the past. Miss Brenda, thank you so much for giving us a few minutes, and we will see you on June 6th, Saturday, June 6th from 10 until 5 at Wanchese Marina.
Guys, thank you so much, and I appreciate everything you've done to help me with this event.
Absolutely. We'll talk again real soon, Miss Brenda.
You got it, guys. Thank you.
See you.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, there you go, Cap.
I got your whole weekend planned out.
Well, here's the thing. Like, you've given me so many jobs. Now I've got to take a few moments to think about some jobs for you. And while we're doing that, we're going to take a quick break, okay?
Okay.
All right, we'll be back with more from Captain Marty's Other Side of Fishing. Experience why the Oregon Inlet Fishing Center is known as the fishing capital of the world. Drop a line with the largest charter fleet on the East Coast and chase tuna, mahi, marlin, cobia, and much more in legendary waters off the Outer Banks. Whether you're headed offshore for the big bite or just enjoying a laid-back inshore trip, the Oregon Inlet Fishing Center has everything anglers need. Expert captains, bait, tackle, fish cleaning services, and even a nice little restaurant overlooking the marina. Located at the north end of the Bass Knight Bridge, it's where Outer Banks fishing stories are made every single day. The Oregon Inlet Fishing Center. Play where the big boys play.
Hi, I'm LB Daniels, and when you want great local seafood, you go to Fresh Catch Seafood in Wanchese. How do I know it's great? My daddy is one of the fishermen that brings it to the docks. At Fresh Catch Seafood, you will get local seafood right from their fish house. They are a family-owned business that knows the name of every fisherman that comes to their docks. Visit their social media pages to see the latest catches. My daddy would love to put his tuna on your dinner plate, so get it now from Fresh Catch Seafood in Wanchese.
All right, we're back with Captain Marty here on the Other Side of Fishing, and I'll tell you, talking to Miss Brenda is she's a lot of fun, and I enjoy doing different things with her. To anytime there's any ideas, any sort of anything that goes on down to Wanchese Marina, she'll give me a shout and be like, hey, can you help me with this? Hey, what do you think about that? Hey, can you come down and help me do this? And I've always enjoyed Brenda. So she's just a lot of fun. And I know she was trying to be in the studio with us today to record everything she talked about. But unfortunately, she was down at the marina trying to make sure that she dotted all of her T's and dotted all of her T's. Listen to me. Crossed all of her T's and dotted all of her lowercase J's.
And make sure you had all your job assignments.
Yes. You know what? Again, with friends like Marty, who needs enemies? I've got about 5 jobs now. Thank you, Captain. Thank you. All right, let's shift gears away from Wanchese Marina for a moment. And Captain, this is the time of the year when a lot of folks are trying to get their charters booked. They're looking at boats. They're not sure about what to do. And I felt like this is a good time for you, because you've kind of touched on it in some of your reports, to talk about booking charters.
Well, it's done a lot different now, and you do have a luxury.
Okay.
Our fleet has gotten big enough that they're not booked 7 days a week. Like back when I was fishing, almost all of our charters were booked a year in advance. And you had to be really maybe more than that to get a weekend. But that was when the charter fleet was 45 boats. It's probably 145 boats now.
Right.
So that just means more opportunity. But we have a very uniform charter fleet, which is something I've always been proud of almost entirely. The offshore fleet is Carolina-built sport fishing boats, one of the most beautiful working charter fleets in the world. So, but the option a lot of people use is they will come down and visit our area, and they'll watch the catches, and they'll walk the dock, and you can book a trip on short notice. You can even do that from home in Ohio, or Pennsylvania, or wherever you're from. You can watch all the websites and things like that. You can listen to my fishing reports every day. And you can say, it sounds good, think I'll go now. But as far as things you need to know, number one is whatever they call it. I only tell it, you sort of say, we're fishing for yesterday's fish. Yeah. And riding the Gulf Stream, they're up off New Jersey or New York by then. So you can't count on what a good day of tuna fishing doesn't mean it's guaranteed the next day. So you kind of got to roll the dice a little bit. But number one, deal directly with the captain. All of the marinas have professional booking services that the captains deal with. It's the same price whether you book with the captain by phone, by his website, or by the marina, and they work together. So if you book, no matter how you book, they go into all the booking services at one time.
Okay.
Why book with the captain? Then because he's not a stranger when you show up to the dock the first time to go fishing. And so it's good to build some rapport, find out, he can find out what you're interested in catching. You can find out things that you might need to know, what you need to bring, things like that. So always try to book through the captain. That's number one. Number two, keep in mind when you look at the marina websites, the biggest boat and the fastest boat does not always make the best boat. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. So the best thing to do is to go walk the dock and talk to the captain, and especially talk to the mate. Make sure that the type of fishing you're wanting to do is available. For instance, if you say, I want to go catch a lot of tuna and dolphin or mahi, but I only want to do it for half a day. Well, a lot of places like Florida, you can do that, but you cannot do that on the Outer Banks. You need to get all the way out 35 miles minimum to the Gulf Stream and do that. So don't think I'm going to do this for half a day, because there are half a day trips, and they are great trips to take kids on, but they're inshore trips for Spanish mackerel, bluefish, red drum, tilefish, little bottom fishing. The offshore stuff, the gold standard, blue marlin, white marlin, sailfish, tuna, mahi, wahoos, things like that. That's an all day offshore trip. Second thing is, in a very uniform fleet, you want to make sure you're on a legit charter boat, one that's part of a marina, almost, I would say exclusively part of a known marina operation.
Right.
So that's really key for offshore fishing. And we have some of the best marinas going. We just talked to one of them.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Keep that in mind. Then finally, and we'll move on to some other stuff. But finally, there's a couple things to know that you need to plan on. One, in addition to the cost of the charter, when they're going to require a deposit, and then most of the boats are licensed for 6 people. A couple of them can take up to 12, but that's a different fee. So when you book the boat, make sure you have to leave a deposit that may be as much as half of the cost. Could be well over $1,000. Make sure you get some of that deposit from everybody that's going on your charter. Because if you don't, you know what'll happen. I've had it happen many times when one person who said, "Don't worry, I'll put the deposit up." He put $1,000 down for a deposit. Nobody showed up.
What?
They all had their grandmothers all died on the same day.
Oh, gosh.
And so that's the most famous excuse.
My grandmother died. Okay.
Again. So
how many times is that woman going to die?
Get everybody in on the deposit. Next thing, remember that if you do hit the fish good, it's not uncommon in the Oregon Inlet and Hatteras fleets to catch 300 to 500 pounds or more of fish, especially when the yellowfin tuna are biting. So that's 50 cents a pound for fish cleaning. Do the math. Ooh. All right, so you got to add that to your fee when you're talking to your group about what it's going to cost. Then the gratuity. And this is something I love about our fleet. Many years ago, when I came up here as a mate, and I mean many years ago from Florida, what I could not believe in Florida, whatever the gratuity was split between the crew. But for many years ago, back in the 60s, the captains around here, like Omi Tillett said, if we want to keep the best mates, we need to give them all of the gratuity. So, yes, you can expect a gratuity, but it all goes to the mate.
Right.
And so how much should you tip? Well, you can ask the captain, because remember, he's not going to get the gratuity. He's going to give you some things to think about, but 15 to 20% is pretty normal.
Mm-hmm.
So those are some fees that you need to keep in mind. And then the last thing I'll tell you about is when you get to the dock in the morning, if it's a questionable day, listen to the captain. He makes a living by going fishing, but if he doesn't take you out there and show you a good time, you're not going to come back. The boat can take it, him and the mate can take it, but if they go out and beat you and you know all that, they know, and they're not going to do that. So if he says, "Fellas, you maybe should go tomorrow, or maybe you come back another time," which is why it's good when you make your booking, if you possibly can. Let's say you're here for a week, and you're coming and you want to book a boat, whether you're doing it, while you're here or you're booking it 6 months in advance. Try to book like a Tuesday and then save a Thursday of your week for a backup day. It's always good to have a backup plan. Even people that drive all the way from Pennsylvania and drive down here because the tuna fishing is so good and get blown out, and they were going to fish on Tuesday and drive home on Wednesday. Well, what you can do is fish on Wednesday and drive home Wednesday night after fishing. Do something to leave yourself available to fall back. You might not get on the same boat, but you will get on a boat.
Yes.
And you'll be able to go fish. There's nothing more. It's like me going to a NASCAR race that got rained out back in the day. There's nothing more disappointing than missing the whole deal. So there's some things that might help you if you're booking a charter boat.
Great things to note. Very good things. I got 2 things I was going to kind of throw in there real quick, Cap. You were talking about like the mates getting all the gratuity, and I know you know this, but that doesn't happen everywhere.
No,
I personal experience. When I fished out of St. Augustine one time when I was living in Florida,
Florida is split.
I got a phone call from the cat or from the marina because I didn't know. I'm used to Oregon Inlet. I'm used to around here the rules down here or the way we do things here, and we all threw in because I thought it all went to the mate, so we all handed the mate money. At the end of our trip. And I remember the next day I got a phone call from the marina and they were like, "Was everything okay with your trip?" And we were like, "Well, yeah, everything was great. We caught a lot of fish. Everything was fine." And they were like, "Well, you didn't leave a very good tip." And I'm like, number one, y'all got a lot of nerve to call about a tip. Number two, I said, we tipped the mate. What are you talking about? Like he walked out of there with a fat pocket and he was like, "Well, no, like they split the tips with the captain." And I was like, what? Like, it kind of blew my mind for a second, but I was like, they were, in a way, like asking if we could mail them more money. And I was like, nope. And I hung up. I wouldn't use them again. There
were many a day when a charter would hand me, settle up, pay for the boat, and then hand me some cash for gratuity, and I would make a point of calling the mate in and handing the whole thing to him in front of the charter.
Okay.
And so, I will add one footnote. After you tip the mate, if you love your captain really so much that you want to tip him, that's fine, but do it above and beyond the gratuity, percentage gratuity that would normally go to the entire boat.
There you go. And the other thing that I was thinking about, Captain, is, I mean, who doesn't love it when the charter comes and shows up at the dock? You know, of course, they're bringing their fried chicken and their meals and everything that they've packed for themselves, their lunches. And who doesn't love it when, you know, what Captain Mate combo doesn't love it when they share, the charter shares with the captain and the mate? I mean, that's
a really great point.
That's a customary thing. I feel like that's, you know, if you could share, if you could make them an extra sandwich or something, I know you guys would y'all always appreciate that sort of thing, right, Cap?
There's no question. And it's an art form in itself, in a way, how you can get lunch when the charter doesn't offer it. And that's on the story segments. You've heard those. But the bottom line is, it's a great idea to include extra sandwich or two, or a little bit of extra chicken. For the crew, they get up at 4 a.m. They don't feel like making lunch, most of them.
Yeah.
So, of course, my wife would make me lunch at 4 a.m.
Yeah, there you go.
That's so nice of her. And I had the slowest boat in the fleet for several years.
Right.
And so 10 o'clock in the morning, I've been up since 3:30. I'm ready to eat. And I would eat all that at 10 o'clock in the morning and try to kill it. Like, I'm going to eat it so it won't keep talking to me out of that out of my lunchbox.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so I eat it and kill it. Okay, that's done. Now I can concentrate on fishing. By that time, the charter would hand up a plate with deviled eggs and fried chicken on it.
Lord have mercy. Deviled eggs?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
So you can look at me and see how
Marty. No, sir.
Anyway, there's other things too. Your captain can help you on avoiding seasickness.
Yep.
Good places to eat. That's why you want to deal with the captain.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you want to hear a little bit more about a story that the captain tells us about bringing food on the boat and some of the different code talk that the captain and the mate have, you can listen to Piece of Chicken, Ma'am.
Yes.
One of Captain Marty's stories.
Story.
Yeah. One of his stories that he tells, and you can find it online, outerbanksofsweet.com on the Captain Marty site. Cap, we're going to take a break here in just a second, but I do want you to, if you don't mind, you just got done with the Hatters Village Offshore Open. Okay. What other tournaments do you have coming up here in the near future?
We have the next tournament on the schedule for big offshore tournaments is the Hatteras Marlin Club tournament, which is a private tournament.
Okay.
But it's a bragging rights tournament, a prestigious tournament. And a lot of people don't realize that there is a Marlin Club in Hatteras, because if you didn't know where to turn,
yes,
you'd probably not find it. Or
That's
unless
right.
you were in a little skiff going up and down the breakwater. So that one is coming up. It's roughly the 21st through the 26th of June.
Okay.
And then after that, for folks in this neck of the woods, the North Carolina Boat Builders Tournament, which provides scholarship money for a lot of people.
Huge scholarship program.
That's the 22nd through the 25th of July. And then, of course, you have the Alice Kelly Tournament and the Pirates Cove. That's our biggest tournament. Participation-wise, There's 2 tournaments, the ladies' tournament and last year, what an event they were. And that, you might as well just say, would be starting around August the 7th and going on. That's a Friday with some kickoff stuff, and it goes all the way through the following Friday, which is the 14th.
Wow.
So that's a solid weekend. There's plenty of opportunity for volunteers, things like that. Just go to the Pirates Cove Tournament Facebook page and let them know you want to volunteer.
There you go. That's the things that the captain will be participating in the near
There'll be
future.
well over $1 million in prize money for that. The Alice Kelly Tournament, the one-day ladies tournament, the largest tournament, really, it's arguably the largest ladies tournament in the country.
That's definitely a good argument to make.
Big Rock and us have been bouncing that back and forth.
Well, but hey, that's one now. That's not necessarily one that you are helping organize and put together or be a part of the scoring or anything. But the Big Rock tournament, that's coming up. Are you?
Oh, Alice Kelly, yeah.
No, Big Rock.
Oh, the Big Rock. No.
Yeah. I was going to say Alice Kelly, yes.
Right.
Big Rock, yeah, that one's coming up here in just a few weeks. And there's one I was forgetting.
Well, you got the Big Rock tournament is our biggest tournament in North Carolina.
Yes.
And that's coming up. And there will be 200 to 300 boats in that tournament, but we don't have the room to take that many boats here. We already have a marina full of charter boats and stuff like that. Is finding dockage is the key. But tournament time, we have a lot of our friends from the gym.
Yep.
And Manny, Justin come out there and help, and it's fun seeing everybody out on the dock.
It is. It definitely is. Well, Cap, of course, we'll be talking more about that.
I want to say one last thing about the Hatteras Village Offshore Open.
Okay.
The tournament congratulations. I told you wrongly off the air, but Jesse Granitzky on the biopsy won that tournament.
That's correct.
So great. He helped me so much with radio broadcasting and scoring. Good for him.
Yeah.
You reap what you sow, Justin.
That's absolutely correct. Absolutely right. Well, Cap, again, we'll be talking more about some of the different tournaments that are going to be coming up in the near future. Of course, when we come back in the month of June, I think we're going to try to get maybe one or two of the tournament directors in here for some of the things that you're going to be participating in. We'll work on that. But we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, I want to make a phone call to Mr. Tim Bates. Mm-hmm. Mr. Tim has organized a Heroes Benefit Offshore tournament that's coming up on Hatteras Island, out of Hatteras Inlet. The jump off point for it is at Frisco Woods Campground. The pavilion is where all the different activities and festivities will be taking place, but it's going to be fished out of Hatteras Inlet. I think Teach's Lair has also got some boats in it. I believe Hatteras Harbor, Breakwater, possibly. We'll get all the details from him, but we're going to give him a call here in just a few moments, get him to fill us in on all that. And then we'll come back and we'll, after we talk to him, I want to give some shout outs. Okay. We'll do that. So let's,
we wouldn't be here without the people we'll be shouting out too.
That is true.
Good plan.
Is true. So we'll shout them out, but let's take a quick break. And after that, we'll call Mr. Tim. So quick break. We'll be back. Captain Marty's Other Side of Fishing. Electricity, something I don't mix well with at all. And that's why I only trust the folks at ELS OBX. ELS OBX offers a variety of services from custom electrical installations to lighting design. ELS OBX has the experience and know-how to complete any job. They're committed to providing the highest quality lighting and electrical installations or service at affordable prices. Visit them online at elsobx.com to get a brighter idea of how shockingly awesome they are. See what I did there? ELS OBX, electrical and lighting solutions you can count on.
Ahoy there, folks. Captain Ben Brown here, and I want to invite you aboard the Miss Organella 2. She's a modern 60-foot headboat outfitted with the latest top-quality safety and fishing equipment. We make multiple trips per day out of the world-famous Organella Fishing Center. Visit missorganella.com or call us today at 252-441-6301, extension 1. So ditch the beach for a bit and set sail with the Miss Organella 2.
And we're back. Captain Marty's Other Side of Fishing. Cap, let's make a phone call. You just got done. We talked a minute ago about the Hatteras Village Offshore Open. You were down there. It's a lot of tournaments that are fixing to get fired off. One of them that a gentleman has put together for, it's a veterans benefit. It's a Heroes Benefit Fishing Tournament. His name is Mr. Tim Bates, and he actually, the day of the release of this fishing show, is down in Frisco hosting this tournament. It's a 3-day tournament. Let's see if we can get him on the phone. Let's see here, Cap. Mr. Tim Bates, Battle Scarred Outdoors. Let's see.
Hello, Tim.
Mr. Tim.
Hello, Mr. Bateman.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
You are live. Well, live recorded, I guess we should say, with Captain Marty, part of Captain Marty's program, and it comes out it comes out Saturday, the day that your tournament's going to be. We're going to be in the midst of it, but I was hoping that you could talk to us a little bit with tournaments, all around swirling right now. You've got a very good, interesting tournament that you're doing this weekend, the 29th, 30th, and 31st. Is that correct? Did I get those dates right?
Yes, sir.
Down at, you got Heroes, the Battle Scarred Outdoors Heroes Benefit Fishing Tournament. Is that accurate? Did I describe that the right way?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Talk to us a little bit about that, if you don't mind.
All right. First of all, I appreciate you and Captain Marty having me on the radio. What we had our podcast back in March, this literally started out as a joke between me and the charter captains. About 4 years ago, we were doing the annual Heroes Offshore Adventure. And that's where we take veterans and first responders offshore fishing for the weekend. We started with one boat, 12 guys on that boat. I wanted to grow it. I got better reception down in Hatteras. I had 3 boats, then 5 boats, then 7 boats, and 9 boats last year. I think is what we had. I could potentially have 12 boats this year. Well, like everything in life, finances become an issue. And the captains down there were like, hey, why don't you start a fishing tournament? I'm like, man, I don't know nothing about a fishing tournament. So I took Carrie Earnhardt reached out to me. I was raffling off an offshore trip to help fund the Heroes Offshore Venture. And Carrie reached out about buying raffle tickets. We got to talking, and I said, hey, man, would you like to go fishing with us? Me and some vets and first responders. He said, absolutely, I'd love to. So we're out fishing, and I was telling Karen, I was like, hey, man, the charter captains want me to start a fishing tournament to help generate funds if I'm going to continue to grow this event. And thought absolutely nothing of it. We got back to the dock, and Carrie's like, hey, let's do this fishing tournament. I was like, I don't know anything about fishing tournament. He was like, do you know anybody that does? I was like, not really. I was like, let me see if I can get a hold of Captain Marty. And him and I sat down and wrote the first batch of rules for the fishing tournament. That was January-ish, and we started our first tournament 3 years ago this May. And the first year we raised a little over $10,000. Last year it was right at $18,000, and this year our goal is to break $25,000. I'm in the middle of billfish tournaments. 2 weeks ago there was the Village Offshore Open, and next weekend is the Big Rock. And I'm like, I don't want to compete against these guys billfishing. I want to do something completely different. I want to make my own stamp in the fishing community, if you will. And we decided to go with the meat fish tournament.
Okay. So it's a complete meat fish tournament. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. So it's a 3 fish aggregate, 1 registration. It's a 2-day tournament, essentially with the 1-day lay day. So your registration covers you to weigh in that day. If you choose to fish both days, you have to register for both days. It's a 3 fish aggregate per weigh-in, and then the Calcuttas, we've got a largest overall, largest mahi, largest tuna, largest wahoo, a specific outboard division, which is the largest single fish, or billfish release Calcutta, just for the boats that are in the billfish tournaments in the area. I think there's the Cape Fear billfish tournament this weekend.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
Okay. So we got this thing getting ready to kick off. Talk to me. So there's opportunity. You've got people, the boats, they can sign up and everything like that, correct? You're still taking people to get signed up at the moment. Because again, when this comes out, there's going to be, you're going to be day 1 of the tournament. So what I want to ask you right now is there's opportunities for people to also participate in other activities that you're going to be doing, because your jump off point is where?
95% of the festivities are at Frisco Woods Campground.
Okay.
The only thing off site from the campground is our weigh station is down at Hatteras Harbor.
Okay. So the weigh station's at Hatteras Harbor Marina?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But the rest of it, like you said, 95% of things are going to be taking place at Frisco Woods Campground. What types of activities are you going to be doing at Frisco Woods Campground aside from the tournament itself? Because I know you were talking about a cornhole tournament. I mean, there's lots of different things that people can also come and enjoy at that part as well, correct?
Yes, sir. We're going to rewind real quick back to the tournament. You mentioned this comes out Saturday, right?
Yes.
So last year we had crappy weather on Saturday, and Sunday it was gorgeous. Beautiful day offshore. Saturday was trash. So we decided to extend our registration through Saturday afternoon. And which fortunately for us, we did. We picked up another 3 boats that wanted to come out and participate. Either they didn't know what was going on, they thought they missed registration, first one thing another, they come out. So we talked about it on the board, and we're like, hey, why don't we allow boats? Because, the weather in the Outer Banks can shift at the drop of a hat. If the weather looks bad for Sunday and somebody can't get down till Saturday afternoon, let's allow them to fish, and we'll shift our payouts accordingly if we have any boats registered. So if anybody's interested and wants to fish on Sunday, weather permitting, they can come register before 8 p.m. at Frisco Woods. down at the waterfront, they on their map, if you look online or their Facebook page and find their map, they call it a rec center. Well, we refer to it as the pavilion, and it's right there on the sound front. You pull in past the office, drive all the way down the blacktop to the waterfront. There's a playground, and then their pavilion, and we'll be right there. We're having dinners every night. Friday night's dinner because of the captain's meeting registration. That's from 5 to 8, and then Saturday and Sunday it's 6 to 8. BJ's Cafe out of Coin Jock, Jarvisburg, that stretch through there. They're coming down to cater Saturday and Sunday's dinner. The tavern is catering Friday night's dinner.
Ooh.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we have a daily cornhole tournament. It's $50 per team. Registration is from 11 to 12. Bags fly at 12. $50 per team. Payout is 50% of the daily registration. And if you win all 3 days, you get a $100 bonus.
Oh, $100 bonus if you win all 3 days. See, like, I'm not much like, I like to sometimes pretend like I'm really good at something when I'm not. And I've actually like shown up places and been like, man, I'm like the cornhole king. And then I get destroyed and like people like laugh hysterically at me. It's kind of comical for me to do. So may try to put a little team together and come down there and just teach everybody how to play. You know what I'm saying?
Well, at the end of the day, Justin, it's all for a good cause.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm screaming. All for good causes.
And then Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 12, we have registration for our youth tournament. We prefer folks to fish from the campground, but again, it's weather dependent. If the wind has the water pushed out, if folks want to go fish off the surf or the pier, but it's a kids fishing tournament. Like, let the kids fish.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is our weigh station will be open from 12 to 4. Again, it's right there at the pavilion at Frisco Woods. They just come by, weigh the single fish. There's no species requirement or separation. So if the biggest fish till 345 is a half-pound pinfish, and somebody rolls in with a 40-pound cobia at 5 minutes to 4, then obviously the cobia is going to trump the pinfish. But
yes,
it's all about kids having a good time. It's $5 per kid. In the evenings, I've got Arctic had donated some tumblers that are engraved with the tournament logo. They're specifically for the kids tournament. I think I've got a shark wrapped tumbler and a camper themed wrapped tumbler for me to give away to all the kids that register. I've got some rod and reels and miscellaneous tackle I'm going to give the kids each night, and then I'm going to give them 50% of the registration fees each night.
Oh, awesome. That's definitely a rad little
Are you
something.
taking your kids, Justin?
I may be. I've spoken with them. They seem rather interested. I'm trying to figure out what days they're going down with me, if not all the days. So we're working out the details right now. I'm in contract negotiations. You know how that works, Captain.
Yeah.
You know how that works. So here's something that I got hit with last year, Mr. Tim, when I was there. Now, there's people going to be staying at the campground. And I had people that would come up to me when I was down there. They're like, how do we get a plate? Like, can we just buy a plate and just hang out? Like, is that an option? Talk to me about that.
Yeah, yes, sir. So you'll come in. Our entrance will be on the playground side of the pavilion. The backside is kind of closed in. The backside is where all of our raffles are going to be at. But you walk in through the entrance. On the left-hand side will be our registration / merchandise / buy raffle tickets table. To the right side will be the buffet of the evening laid out. And at the end of the buffet will be the bar. Lost Colony Brewery is our beer sponsor for the weekend.
Oh,
we'll have their van out there. So we'll have draft on tap from them. And you'll walk up to the bar and say, hey, I'd like to buy 2 adult plates and 2 kids plates. And they'll take your money, give you a wristband, and you fix your food. It's all self-serve. The way I always look at it, I ain't your mama, I ain't your daddy, I ain't gonna fix your plate for you. So come out, get what you want. I don't want to put string beans on there if you don't eat string beans. So you get what you want. Be considerate that there's another 150, 200-ish people out there.
Right.
I know Ben's gonna have plenty of food, so we haven't run out of food yet.
They do a great job. They do a bang up job with that catering. I mean, and the food is amazing. And I mean, I enjoy every time I get down there to hang out with you guys. Let me ask you this. You said something about a silent auction, I believe. What have you got on that silent auction table?
So we got a raffle. We done the silent auction the first year, and last year we found out the raffle works a lot better than the silent auction did. We sell sheets of tickets, 25 for 6, 40 for 10, and 15 for 50. I'm going off memory here, so I feel like I'm pretty close in this.
Okay.
Lowe's donated a 28-inch Blackstone grill.
What? You hear that, Cap? A 28-inch Blackstone grill. I think that's where our tickets need to go, Cap.
All right.
Okay. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Are you good? I'm actually trying to find my list that I put together here to make sure that I don't miss something. I've got a 52-quart Arctic cooler on wheels.
Okay.
I have a 3-gallon halftime cooler from Arctic, 2 camping chairs from Arctic. I've got a Noble Oak alcohol shelf that will have some alcohol in it. I have a Woodford Reserve alcohol shelf that'll have some alcohol on it.
Oh.
I have some knife sets from Sword Fishing. I have a fire pit from 1800 Tequila.
Oh.
My friends over at Good to Go Services, Good to Go Sport Fishing, are putting together massive ladies basket. I'll have some local gift certificates from somewhere like the Orange Blossom.
Okay.
Couple gift packages from Fathom Offshore, some Killed Over Rum swag, Daniels Boatworks swag, a Jack Daniels inflatable football set. I haven't put that together to see how that is.
Okay.
And I've got a set of custom-made cornhole boards wrapped in true timber and both of our tournament logos.
Look at all that stuff, Cap. Lots of good items.
Never played a game of cornhole in my life.
You've never played cornhole, Marty?
I never saw Caddyshack either. So
hey, I haven't either. So
there is no time like the present, Captain Marty.
Okay.
No time like the present. Well, Mr. Tim, let me ask you this now. People are, they're hearing all about this. They're hearing us talk about it and everything. And of course, I love what you're doing, pouring back in. Now, hold on. Before I ask you this next question, I got one before it. And I want to ask, so I know that there's administrative costs involved when it comes to flyers and promotion for the event and everything like that. But I mean, you walk away with a pretty big chunk of change in your pocket. Is that right?
Are you talking about me or the organization?
Talking about you.
No, sir. 100% volunteer. I spend my time, my gas, my effort. All of my expenses are on Tim Bates. And the organization sees 100% of the proceeds, obviously minus any expenses the event itself incurs.
That's what I wanted people to hear, that it ain't like, Mr. Tim's taking 20% of all the money brought in, and then he's just going to kind of divvy it out where he thinks it wants to go. Mr. Tim gives it all back. Mr. Tim don't take any of it.
I'll throw you one on top of that, Justin. We have somebody by the name of Kerry Earnhardt, who's my assistant tournament director.
Okay.
And he volunteers and donates 100% of his time to help support us.
Kid Earnhardt. Marty, are you familiar with the last name Earnhardt?
Oh, yeah, I know him well.
You're familiar?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
It's an Earnhardt.
It's an Earnhardt, yeah. I'm trying to remember where I've heard that name. Is it's something to do? Is it a fishing name, Captain?
It's a racing name for sure.
Oh, a racing name. Yeah. Okay. What? I don't know. I'm losing track. Anyway, no, I know who Mr. Kerry Earnhardt is. First class guy. Comes from a first class family. Wonderful people. And the fact that he has donated his time. Now, let me ask you this. He's the assistant tournament director. Is it safe to say he'll be in attendance?
He will be there 100%. Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, see, look, I think that's bangers. Super cool thing that you're doing. And if people want to know more, learn more, read more, see pictures of you, whatever the case may be, how can they find you?
Well, they're probably not going to see a whole lot of pictures of me. I don't stand in front of the camera a whole lot.
See, and that's true story too.
On site. So all of our information is on our Facebook page and our website. You can find the nonprofit Battle Scarred Outdoors. We're on Facebook and Instagram. The fishing tournament is Heroes Benefit Fishing Tournament presented by BSO and EO, and that's for Battle Scarred Outdoors or Earnhardt Outdoors. And then we've also have a standalone page for the Point Bluefin Tournament, which is coming in February, and we have those dates set already. It's the first weekend in February.
Excellent. Well, I'll be sure to have you back on to talk about that stuff. And of course, anytime I can help you do some promotion or anything extra in that regard, I'm happy to do it. So, Mr. Tim, look forward to seeing you this weekend. Looking forward to a beautiful weekend and a successful tournament and put some money back out there for the veterans to show them a good time. And we thank you for all the energy and time that you've put into it, because I know it's something that, you're a veteran. It's very near and dear to your heart. You know what I'm saying? And we appreciate the energy and time that you've put into it. So thank you for giving us some time here on the Captain Marty Show. And we'll talk to you again soon.
Sounds good. Captain Marty, if you have time, would love for you to come hang out with us at least one afternoon.
Yeah, as you know, I live I'll be straight across the sound from you, but if I can get down there, I will, Tim, and good luck with your event.
Thank you, Captain Marty. Thank you, Justin, for all the help.
Absolutely. We'll talk to you soon, Tim. See ya.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Right, bye. Definitely a nice guy.
Yeah.
Definitely a nice guy. Got a heart of gold, wanting to pour back in. And he loves to fish. He loves to hunt. He does a lot of, it's battle scarred outdoors. And just trying to give back to the veteran community as best he can. And I think the world of that guy, super nice. And I wish him the best with, the tournaments and everything that he's putting together. So, all right, Marty, quick break. When we come back, we're going to wrap this thing up. And I want to take a moment when we're wrapping this thing up to shout out to our sponsors that have jumped on board. Some of them are new. Some of them are returning sponsors of yours for 2026. So take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hey y'all, Captain Marty here. And when I was looking for a top quality mower, I went to the best. And the best is A&W Sales in Pinetown. Now at A&W Sales, they carry top quality brands like the Bad Boy Zero Turn Mowers, of which I own one now for 15 years. American made, heavy duty machines built to handle anything from backyard touch-ups to commercial jobs. They've proudly sold and serviced Bad Boy mowers for over 15 years. How about if you're in need of a trailer? A&W Sales carries the full line of Big Tex trailers, the best selling trailer brand in the entire nation. Visit them in-store or online at awsalesnc.com, where tough equipment meets trusted service.
Let's be real. No one wants to deal with nasty varmints like mice, roaches, creepy crawlies, and critters. Leave that work to the experts at Outer Banks Pest Control. Outer Banks Pest Control is the best on the beach when it comes to eradicating those unwanted creatures. They've been in business for over 25 years with well over 100 years of combined exterminating experience. Specializing in both commercial and residential properties, Outer Banks Pest Control has all the tools and equipment necessary to take on any pesky job. They pride themselves on top quality customer service and workmanship. Hey, if it ain't red and yellow, it's just some coattail riding fella. Outer Banks Pest Control, the best on the beach with a proven track record of excellence since the year 2000 and online at outerbanks-pestcontrol.com. All right, wrapping things up with the captain. Cap, if you don't mind, I really want to give us some shout outs like we discussed a little earlier. You have you've been blessed with a good handful of sponsors, that people that have invested into Captain Marty Fishing Guide, which will be out in the very near future. Hoping to have a date for that sometime soon. It'll be sometime the first part of June. Definitely before you head down to the Marlin Club. Take a bunch down there with you and everything. But the Captain Marty Fishing Guide will be out very soon. It'll be anywhere where fishing is taking place, anywhere where you find a Outer Banks This Week magazine, you can find a Captain Marty Fishing Guide. It's going to be at the piers, your tackle shops, all over the Outer Banks. So that'll be out very soon. And Captain, I really want to start shouting out to some of these individuals that have invested in to you and your programming.
And some of them have been with us a long time.
Yes, they have. Well, we'll start with let's start with Red Drum Tackle.
Right, that's one of them.
That's your A number one. They every year Kara has. I go down and talk to Kara, and she was like, "I want." There's different levels of sponsorship here, and Kara always she has first right refusal because she took it right out the gate of being your presenting sponsor.
Right.
And
me and Kara have a history.
Yes.
Well, not that kind of history.
Oh, thanks for clearing that up, Cap. I was about to say, oh, wink, wink. Okay.
Late Bob Eakes was a great friend of mine. In fact, I lived with Bob back in the day in Buxton.
Okay.
And of course, Bobby is his son, and we deal with him at the tackle shop. But yeah, right there. And Kara always steps up to the plate. That's a fun-loving woman.
You ain't lying.
Now, let me tell you a little story about Kara.
Oh, Lord. Let's hear a story
she called
about
me
Kara.
the other night from Raleigh to ask. She thought you were trying to contact her.
Yeah, I don't know where.
she was sitting around a poolside with 3 or 4 other women, and they were having a good time. And they, I was thinking, wow, well, you guys are in Raleigh. The Hurricanes are playing tonight. That was the wrong thing to say.
Oh, Lord.
Because they're all like, how long will it take you to get here? And I'm like, I'm not going.
Not coming to Raleigh.
To go. I love the Hurricanes, by the way. If you've been following, they are rolling.
Through the hockey, Stanley Cup stuff, huh?
They swept their first 2 series, 4 games.
Yeah.
And they'll be playing again against Montreal.
Okay. Well, the Canadians.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're ahead 2-1 in the best of 7 series.
Oh, Lord.
That may change by our air date. But anyway, yeah. So, Kara, fun people, we go down there. What hat am I wearing?
Yeah, you got that red drum hat on. I tend to rock mine on a regular basis. My gosh.
So, anyway, and she took us to Pops for the
sugar-free
sandwich. And that was the highlight of that trip.
Yes. She's golly day. A lot of fun. Love them some Captain Marty. And I mean, that's why we always try to make a point to go down there and pay him a visit. Also, we cannot forget about Wanchi's. Well, let's back. We've talked about Wanchi's Marine a lot, but they're one of your power sponsors.
One of my oldest.
One of your oldest as well. But I would venture to say your longest, and then you correct me if I'm wrong, is Radcliffe Marine. They've been with you for
there's
quite
one more
a minute.
That's been there.
Okay, see, I knew I was going to miss something.
Jesse on the Carolina
That's
Girl,
right.
I think is my longest running sponsor.
She's been with you for a hot minute.
Way for many years back at the radio station.
Yeah.
And she's still, I didn't even get to see her in Hatteras, but I could see her catch with binoculars across the harbor. Well, that woman, she can catch a meat fish.
Yes.
So anyway,
Jess Anderson on the Carolina Girl.
Yep. All right, so I got you out of order. But
yeah, that's okay. Radcliffe Marine, though. Ricky Radcliffe now, Shane.
Yeah.
They again another, and the same thing with Jesse. Anytime I pick up the phone, I'm like, hey, it's Captain Marty season. They know what that means, and they jump at the chance to be a part of your programming. So I want to give them some special shout outs.
Heck yeah. Radcliffe has been with me for well over 20 years.
Yes.
And Ricky, you couldn't have a nicer guy to do business with. And Shane, same way. Now running the business, bought the business. So every time I go by there, it's either one of 2 places I stop, Radcliffe Marine or across the street for a superstar number 2 at Harvey.
You called me from there the other day.
I did. That was stupid.
No, but you were like, I'm sitting here looking at Radcliffe Marine. I'm about to get.
And you thought I was like going in the door. And where are you? I'm like, I'm at Hardee's.
Like, Marty, you can't go to Bellhaven without me. So
Right.
while we're still in Bellhaven,
Yeah.
AW Sales right outside of Bellhaven in Pinetown. Now you got a little testimony, and as do I.
Yeah, so we'll break that into. Of course, they're newer. They've been with us a couple of years now, but
Yeah.
AW Sales is a mercantile.
Yep.
Just outside of Bellhaven in
Pinetown.
Right.
On what's the name of that road, Cap?
Seed Tick Neck Road.
Seed Tick Neck Road. Okay, I just want to make sure we got that correct.
They do Bad Boy Lawnmowers is their main thing, but they do sheds and buildings. They do Generac generators.
Yep.
Do a lot of stuff, and they have I call it a mini Cracker Barrel.
Dude,
They
what a
have,
great little store.
A little store. First thing you see when you walk in the door is a Bible.
We're doing
opened
trip.
up. Yeah.
Yes. The Bible thing, as soon as you walk in the door, they're very
They sell ice cream.
Yeah.
Although we've yet to pay for any ice cream.
by the scoop.
They're hunting over bait. They're anyway, but so I bought my Bad Boy there 10 years ago when they first started the line. And love that lawnmower. It's a commercial grade, heavy duty, 0-turn lawnmower.
We still got to work
Whoever
on
invented the 0-turn lawnmower should have got a Nobel Peace Prize.
the Nobel Peace Prize.
Other than penicillin, maybe even more than penicillin.
Oh, wow.
Is the 0-turn lawnmower.
Okay.
I think it's probably more important than penicillin.
Well, definitely some fantastic
But
folks.
After 10 years, I've had some upkeep and some things done, but I ran over a big steel rod by accident. It made a horrible noise, and the whole mower locked up. I thought, this is bad. This is deep. Well, I knew I'd send it. They have full service on the Bad Boy lawnmowers, and as we now know, other brands as well. So I said, I don't know how to get my mower over there. And within an hour, he had somebody down there on a Generac generator call. They came to my house, took my mower, took it home. And so he told me it was on the heart lung machine for a while. and then they called me back and said, okay, your mower's done. Here's how much. And I was pleased with the price, especially not thinking in 2 days' time they'd have fixed it. Then I took a nap. I lay down and took a nap, like I always do, once a day. And when I woke up, I looked up my window, and it was sitting in my backyard.
Sitting in your backyard.
Like a ferry delivered it, or like a, a drone delivered it, or
when
something.
It's drone delivers.
Never heard a truck, never heard nothing. Now, you had a similar experience.
I did. It seemed like right around the same time
you
your
heard
mower.
my story.
Like it's right around the same time your mower, you ran over that rod. My mower, just all of a sudden I'm mowing the yard, and it just, the deck quit working.
Yeah.
Like the blade stopped. I had it engaged. I kicked it out, could not figure out for the life of me what happened. I was like, what in the world is going on here? So Marty, it's so funny because like Marty calls me and he's like, hey, this is what's going on with my mower. I was like, Marty, it's so funny. Like, this is what's going on with my mower. Well, you called Mr. Wayne and them out at A&W Sales, and they came and got yours. Got yours. Like, well, maybe I'll give him a shout, man. Let's see what he'll do. And
you had a different brand.
I got a John Deere.
Yeah,
and
that's
Mr.
what the
Wayne, let me start by saying this. Now he's like, I don't typically service that, because it's 2 hours from my house. It's an hour from yours, but it's 2 hours from my house to A&W Sales. He said, I got some people in the area. Let me see if I can get them to swing by and get it. So he did. Gave me the price. Bangers of a price. I thought it was going to be a lot more.
Yeah.
And because he called me, said, here's what's happening. Here's what's wrong. Here's what it's going to cost. And
did the lawnmower fairy bring your mower back?
Yes, he did.
Oh, wow.
Yes, he did. It was in my driveway. And let me tell you something right now, Cap. It needed new pulleys. It needed new blades. There's just a whole array of things there, it seemed like. That thing purrs like a kitten and cuts like a dream.
Yeah, yours came over with the Lost Colony, right?
It seems like it did. I don't know, Lost Colony or the Mayflower. I don't know which one, but
mine. I know what you're saying because I got new pulleys, new belts, greased the bearings, new blades. That thing mows like a Cadillac.
So there, goodness gracious,
that's a long endorsement, but they're great.
Little testimony to their greatness.
Sales.
Fantastic people. A&W Sales. You can find them on social media. All right, rolling down this list though, we got to roll. So, ELS Electrical, they love you over there, Cap. Mr. Michael and them, and they're fantastic folks doing the work that they do. They do commercial and residential. Mr. Aaron Burgess, he's one of their techs, one of the managers. He's a wonderful human being. He actually used to be a preacher, to be honest. He's been to my house multiple times and done work for me. So, because electricity is something I don't mix well with at all.
Me neither.
Coming back, and again, some of these are repeats. The Miss Oregon Inlet 2.
Oh, yeah.
Love the Miss. Love
long-time sponsor.
They're the long time. Miss Oregon Inlet 2 out of the Oregon Inlet Fishing Center, which Captain has come back. They're one of your new ones this year. The Oregon Inlet Fishing Center. I talked to Mr. King, and he was like, "Man, I want to be a part of the Captain." Yeah, it only made sense for them to have a piece of the Captain. So I got them back on board with us, and they're very thankful. I talked to Mr. King the other day, and he's very thankful.
And and Captain Ben on the Miss Oregon Inlet.
Yes.
What a great young guy.
Holy smokes.
A lot of responsibility, but he is up to the task.
Nicest dude you ever meet in your life. Yeah. One of the nicest guys, kind, friendly.
Original waterman, second, third generation waterman.
He's one of them OGs.
Yeah.
One of them OGs. Wanchi's Off-Road Diesel Performance, War Diesel as they're actually called, out of Kittable Hills. My buddy Ryan Walker, grew up with him. He saw opportunity with Captain Marty. He's been with you since you moved over here with us. He's a great friend of mine. Does a lot of diesel work on vehicles, diesel trucks, diesel engines. He does other work too, but like that's his primary. Yeah. You got a diesel vehicle, he'll bring it to him right there in Kittable Hills. Frisco Woods. Frisco Woods Campground. Miss Stacy. I blanked for a second. She did some other things with us here at One Boat in Outer Banks this week, and when I presented her with Captain Marty, she said, "I want that." And she's like, "Give me that. Give me Captain Marty." She was ecstatic about being able to be one of your sponsors. So that was an excellent addition a couple of years ago. Outer Banks Pest Control. Okay, Outer Banks Pest Control is a big one. They again, Jessie over at Outer Banks Pest Control, she was very excited to be a part of you, and she's been with you for a couple of years now. Aficionado Charters, that's a new one. The Aficionado.
Yeah. Jack Graham, old friend of mine for many moons. Yep.
He's
charter boat right there at Oregon Inlet.
Yep.
So,
He's brand new sponsor to add to your repertoire or whatever. I don't know what the right word is there, but he's new to it. We want to welcome him aboard with Captain Marty programming. Paradise Dolphin Cruises out of Safe Harbor Marina. My Uncle Jay Cudworth runs that boat. He's a lot of fun. Fish Heads and Fishing Unlimited, Gary Oliver and company. Down there on the Outer Banks Fishing Pier in the tackle shop on the Causeway.
Cutest waitresses on the beach.
Cutest waitresses on the beach, officially endorsed by Captain Marty. KDH Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
Yep.
Brand new this year.
Yep.
Love them over there. Corey, he loves fishing. And you know what? He was pounding me when I got them set up to be a part of it. He's like, is Captain Marty going to be? He was down there fishing the Ocracoke surf fishing tournament. Is Cap Marty going to be covering it? It's like, I'm sure. He's like, well, I need to know for sure before we sign anything around here. And I was like, I'm pretty sure he's covering it. Like, it's like, I'm not sure. Like, is he going to be there?
Too.
Like, and then it went from, are you covering it to, are you going to be there? I was like, well, I don't know if he's going to be there. And they were like, oh, if Captain Marty's not there, I don't know if we can sign this contract. You know how car dealers are.
Oh, yeah.
I had to play hardball with them, you know? So anyway, glad to have them. Glad to have Micah Daniels back from Fresh Catch Seafood. 2 new ones coming up. Soundside Sporting Goods in Columbia on Highway 64. Mr. Randy over there. Fantastic guy, brand new to the bait and tackle business. He also has hunting gear and everything over there. They have like a nice little girl, like boutique kind of thing attached to it as well. Love me some Mr. Randy. Super nice guy. He was very excited to be a part of
they're
Captain
really
Marty.
geared up for freshwater creek.
They got
sound fishing like crappie fishing and brim and catfish and they got it all for that. Bass, largemouth bass.
He also, I think he's actually doing bait like sea mullet and stuff like that, like some cut mullet, finger mullet and stuff that he's selling as well. So for people that are coming this direction, going fishing on the beach. So that's Soundside Sporting Goods, Highway 64 in Columbia. Our dear friend Clint Godwin, Sport Fisher energy drink. Now, Captain, have you had a sip of Sport Fisher energy yet?
But knowing Clint and the energy level he maintains, it must be good.
And he doesn't even drink them, Captain.
Oh,
I do. I love them.
I've
got 3 flavors out right now.
I still have the 2 you gave me. I haven't tried them yet because I'm afraid I'll bounce off the wall.
Yeah, well, you know what? They can make you do it, but you can find them in a lot of different places up and down the beach. You go to sportfisherenergy.com to see a map of where you can get your hands on a can. They actually have them at a couple of these, like Soundside Sporting Goods has them. You know, I believe Kara down at Red Drum Tackle has them in her store. So Sport Fisher energy drink, Crystal Dawn. Love the Crystal Dawn.
Yep.
Okay, we love Charles Foreman, his wife Meredith. That whole family. I mean, you remember Big Al.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Crystal Dawn head boat right there out of Pirates Cove. You've actually got a few new ones I'm going to mention right now by way of places to stay. You got the Colonial Inn, the Seahorse Inn and Cottages, and the Hatteras Island Inn, all official head resting places of the captain.
Right. And that's great to have some lodging places on board. Especially with all these tournaments coming up and everything.
Yes.
So we can't wait.
Yes.
To see how that goes.
Very thankful to have them on board as well. Let's take a look. Currituck County Tourism has invested into the captain this year. They were last year as well, but I want to give them a special shout out. Teach's Lair Marina. Teach's Lair. Aaron at Teach's Lair, man. Now, my personal longest running advertising client is Teach's Lair Marina. That's me personally. I've been working with Teach's Lair for a very long time. I walk in there, Aaron's like, oh man, what do you want? And a lot of times I just go in there and buy lunch just because I love those guys. Aaron, you've got Lee in the tackle shop. His sister Victoria's got a boutique upstairs at Teach's Lair. It's the last gas station before you get on the ferry down in
Best boat ramp on Hatteras Island.
Best boat ramp. Yes, amen. Wonderful, wonderful people. I love them so much down there. And I mean, again, it's not a trip to Hatteras Island for me if I don't make it to Teach's Lair.
Yeah.
So, but Cap, you've got some boat builders here. Crossweight Composites or Crossweight Composites. Which one is it?
I think I'm the one that called it Composite. What is it?
It is composite.
Okay.
You said
Composite.
years ago on the radio.
How did I say it?
You said composites.
Composites. Yeah.
And Jody, he got a kick out of
Never
that
let me
one.
forget that.
Yeah. So
They're my godsons, Aaron and Jordy Crossway.
Aaron and Jordy, and of course their dad Bobby. Love them, man. Uncle Bobby is what I call him whenever I see him. Like, Uncle Bobby's, hey, what do you say, buddy? You know,
I built six total boats with Bobby Crossway when he was with BC building boats in the backyard boat shops.
That's amazing. And again, it's kind of a legacy business for them in a lot of ways.
It is.
They build some pretty boats. We've got Bayless Boat Works, proud sponsors of Captain Marty. Same thing with Scarborough Boat Works.
Yeah.
And we've added a boat builder this year, Cap. Blackwell.
Oh,
Craig Blackwell.
I could of each of those three boat builders, I can tell you something about them, but it's really neat. Craig Blackwell, for instance, when I had the reeling, the thing was wet as a submarine. When I brought it up from Florida, he said, I know how to dry your boat up. And he put spray rails, not an easy job, bolted them to the side of that fiberglass boat. And that made all the difference in the world.
All the difference.
So, yeah, really, really happy about that.
Well,
and John Bayless, I'll say this about Bayless Boat Works and how he compares to all the other sponsors you've mentioned. John Bayless is the only sponsor on your list that I have quit working for at least 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
We were talking about it the other day, back when I was the mate on the Tar Heel or on his commercial boat, the Tar Girl. And me and him, we went through thick and thin together, and 3 different times in one winter dropped in and I quit. The only problem was I was still out in the ocean like miles from land. So I was kind of captive. By the time we got back to the dock, we were good to go.
Well, John is, about 80%, 70 to 80% of your stories in some way, shape, or form have John woven
and
into
Ricky Scarborough, Little Rick, but his late father,
Big Ricky.
Yeah, that guy was one of a kind, cut from a mold. And I'll never forget when Little Ricky was born. And Big Ricky, Dad, was showing him around on the dock, and me and John Bayless were standing there, and he was like a couple of days old, or not very old at all, wrapped all up. And John and I were looking at that baby, and Ricky looked at us right now and said, he looks just like a little possum, doesn't he? And we're like, that's not a very nice thing to say about your newborn baby boy.
I think that it's safe to say, I think they're 50 years in boat building.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's 50 years of boat building for Scarborough. I was talking to Ricky's wife, Sarah, Little Ricky, not Big Ricky, Little Ricky. I was talking to his wife, Sarah Scarborough, sweetheart, and they were saying 50 years.
Yeah, well, one of the first boats, he started out with crab boats and commercial, little small, the Tar Heel, which is the first boat I ever ran as a captain. It's still around today.
The Tar Heel was a Ricky Scarborough boat?
Yeah, it was a Ricky Scarborough boat, sure was.
Well, Cap, that kind of peels through the list of all of your sponsors. You got quite a list there, and it's nice. And I want to say a special thank you to all of those sponsors for being invested in Captain Marty programming and the fishing guide, the stories, everything like that. I mean, so thankful to have each one of them on board with us.
We are, Justin, and maybe you could just share with us just for a second. We are grateful for all those, and our fishing guide is going to is at the printers.
At the printer,
but if you'd like to be involved with us going forward, how can they do that?
Oh, that's easy, Captain. All they got to do is get a hold of me. That's all you got to do. Justin at outerbanksthisweek.com. That's my email address. Because like last year, for example, when we talked to Mr. Wayne at A&W Sales, they came in after the print deadline, but we were still able to get them woven into your podcast and all the different things that you do with your stories, your show, and with the fishing reports. And, I was able to get them in. So it's never too late to be a sponsor of the Captain. Even though I talk about these that are going to be published in the fishing guide. If you are a business and you want to be with Captain Marty, we'll find a way to make that happen for you. Okay. All you got to do is Justin at outerbanksthisweek.com, shoot me an email, and get up with me and I'll gladly get you the information and we can talk and I'll get you in touch with, I'll get you set up with everything you need in order to make that happen. So, happy to do that anytime and always happy. I feel like I'm like the first mate over here. I'm happy to sit first mate with Captain Marty on his show. We have a lot of good times, and we're going to have a lot of fun this summer. I'm really looking forward to being out of the docks for boat builders, Pirates Cove, any opportunity. I'm going to try to come. Alice Kelly. I'm going to do my best to try to come check on you and maybe do a quick little ditty with something maybe at the Marlin Club. We'll see. We'll see. But it's going to be a fun summer regardless. So
we will have fun. Justin, thanks for all this. Thanks to all our sponsors. And have a great day.
Yeah, absolutely, Cap. That's going to do it for this edition of the Other Side of Fishing with Captain Marty. Again, all brought to you by Red Drum Tackle, online at reddrumtackle.com. And, of course, all powered by Radcliffe Marine in Bellhaven and online at radcliffemarine.com. And Juan Cheese Marina and online at juancheesemarina.com. All right, Cap, let's get out of here. And we will be back to talk to y'all again soon here with Cap Marty's Other Side of Fishing.
Thank you for listening to The Other Side of Fishing with Captain Marty Brill. All brought to you by Red Drum Tackle. Be sure to follow us on your favorite podcast app. Just search Captain Marty and share this episode with your favorite fishing friends.